All right, what's up, guys? I'm gonna do a net worth uh, at age 49 video, just because it's the new year, 2025. I usually kind of do the big reevaluation at the beginning of each year to kind of track my financial progress. So let's go. Let's take a look here. All right, so let's start out. I'm going to go ahead and start out with my stock portfolio. So why don't we go ahead and do start out doing my taxable brokerage account. Right now it's about, so it's going to be 211, 202. So, unfortunately, 2024 stock market wise, or at least if you're looking at the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies in the U.S., was doing really well until December of 2024, end of the year hit. And then it started dipping, and it's been dipping all the way until now, even early January of 2025. I mean, it's not a large amount. I believe the S&P is down about probably 3%. The NASDAQ or tech stocks, probably more than that. I'm guessing. I haven't calculated, haven't looked at the NASDAQ recently, but I'm assuming tech is probably down about 5 to 6%. So definitely my total stock portfolio a little bit disappointed. I mean, obviously not losing any money as long as you don't sell anything, don't panic during a dip or a crash. But just for comparison's sake, I thought I was gonna actually have a bigger number here, but it's okay. It's definitely better than last year. So let's take a look. Taxable account is 211, 202. I also have a Roth IRA. I don't really have much in that one. I was too, a little bit concerned about contributing too much in recent years because I'm pretty near the salary cap to contribute to Roth IRA. You can do, backdoor Roth IRA if you're over the income cap, but that can get complicated because I also have rollover IRAs, which you cannot prevent you from doing backdoor Roths. So it gets a little complicated. But anyways, Roth IRA, I have about 10, about 10,650, I believe, was the about 10,650, I believe. And then next account, I went ahead and combined them, but I actually have a couple rollover IRAs. So these are basically old 401ks or old 403bs that I decided to roll over from employer custody over to my own account. So I have a little bit more control over it and have more options on what I can buy in my IRAs. So I have a couple of these, but I combined them all into one rollover IRA. It's about, I think it's about 40,024, I believe. Then next is my active or current 403B. That's about, let's see, about 125, 829. So obviously I should probably have a bigger, 403B total. So that the rollover IRA is also old 403Bs. But typically what I've been doing probably for the past 10 years when I first started learning about investing is I haven't been doing the maximum amount you can contribute to the 403B just because I kind of wanted more access and flexibility to my money. Your 403B, it's a great option, especially if you have the match from your company, but you cannot touch your money from the 403B until you're 60, I believe, or 59.5 or something like that, without taking a 10% penalty. And then obviously you still have to pay taxes on it if you're pulling money out of your 403B. So I've done the match. I've actually increased a little bit. I think I'm doing up to 7% contribution right now, just because it does help a little bit with your taxes at the end of the year as well. So my order of what I've been doing to achieve my goals of not necessarily financial independence, retire early, but just so I at least have the option of doing more or using my money if I want to use it. So I'll usually definitely do the match. I usually definitely do the match. I have about a 3% match. Well, that's not true. Started out at 3%. I think I'm up to 5 or 6% employer match right now. So definitely do the match because that's free money. um, I do a little bit more than that. Again, I do up to 7%, but a lot of people say you should go ahead and do the match. And then if you can, max out your Roth IRA. And then after that, you can go back to your 403B and max the 403B out after that. And then after that, then do taxable is the order that most, I think, a lot of financial gurus kind of recommend. But my order is more do the match and then plow as much into the taxable stock account as much as possible, just because I can use that whenever I need to. So I use it as a cushion for my emergency fund in case I need it. So I know not the typical recommendation, but that's what I'm doing. Next, let's see. Okay, so next is I'll call it cash, but you can call it cash, you can call it emergency fund, you can call it what I have in savings, and I know I'm gonna get probably a lot of negative comments saying it's parking way too much money in cash and you're losing money to inflation and blah blah blah. Yes, I realize it. I need to work on getting rid of some of the cash position, but again, I have reasons for doing that, and sleeping on bricks of cash does help me sleep better at night. So current emergency fund is 166 775. So my goal for this next year is for sure is to probably transition about 66,000 of that into the taxable stock account. But again, hard for me to get rid of cash, so that's something I have to work on. I know, and something I'll probably just increase my DCA, my dollar cost averaging, the amount I put every month into my taxable. So I'll just probably increase that so I can get rid of some of the cash emergency fund, because I know I could be making more money with that, more passive income, anyways. What's next? Real estate. Let's see. Am I off? No, I think I'm still on the screen. Real estate. So that's another thing. I think probably not just Seattle, but definitely Seattle. The real estate market, from what I've seen, has probably been stagnant the past 2 years. I would say probably the mm, past 6 months to the past 6 to 12 months. I would say, in fact, real estate market has been going down. I typically use the estimate on Redfin just because it's usually the most conservative and gives me the smallest amount, meaning it's probably it's not overinflated. So, and there, I don't know if there might be actually a glitch with the Redfin site, because it looks like it dropped quite a bit in the past 30 days, actually 30 to 60 days. So right now, Redfin estimate is saying my primary residence is worth about 392, 190, and so that is all equity because I paid my condo off, um, I believe almost 2 years ago. So, in fact, last year, I believe beginning of last year, it was worth about 400,000. So it's actually down compared to a year ago. So that's a little disappointing. The highest point uh, for what similar condos in the same area as mine were selling for mid 2024 was about actually 420,000. Was kind of the peak, and then after that, I feel like it's kind of been going downhill a little bit. So again, as long as you don't sell it, you're not losing any money. So, and plus, since it's paid off, I'm probably gonna live here, if not forever, but at least maybe keep it forever. But we'll see. Homeowners dues are another consideration. Homeowners dues for my condo are going up, so I might sell it. Who knows? But for now, down a little bit from last year, but it is what it is. And then typically I would stop there. So if you total that up, check my math, I believe the net worth there will be 946, 670. So usually I don't like to include cars because they're depreciating assets. I will go ahead and give a comparison, and I will list them just because on my other video of my net worth journey, I do list the car values, just because each time I buy a new car, unfortunately, I financed it through a car loan. So I did mention the car loan because I just wanted to illustrate how much debt I had. So I figured, since I mentioned it as a negative, once I paid it off, I might as well mention it as a positive too, just to make the math less confusing, which is Already still confusing for me because I'm not great at math. But anyways, I have two cars that are paid off. Um, they're nothing special. They're Hondas. Civic I had for 10 years. Excuse me. Only reason I bought a truck is because I had a kid. So more for safety of transportation benefit. So for two cars, they're both used. So again, um, I feel like they're still somewhat economical. Uh, two cars, they're worth about approximately 40,000. Um, so if I added on the cars, then net worth total would be 986, I believe. Um, 670, right? Again, you can tell I'm not that good at math. Definitely not a math major. So, um, so I think I'm getting there to my goal of that elusive million, but again, it's really not a magic number. You're probably not going to notice any life difference whether you have a net worth of 900K versus a mil. So won't change anything, but it's just kind of a point to strive for, I guess. So technically, I would just say my net worth is 947K, just because I don't like to include the depreciating assets such as the cars. Um, they are paid off, but obviously every year they're going down in value. Okay, so that is uh, this year's net worth video at age 49 I am. So 947,000, not too bad. And that's, let me see if I can compare. Well, I'll go ahead and just do another. I'll just post it on the next video of my net worth journey starting at age 17 till now. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Later.